Imagine this. You listed your home, you got an offer in a few days, you are in escrow, and you already started looking to your next home. And then one day, buyer's inspection report comes back and suddenly want $40,000 off the price, or they are walking away. And now you're stuck. You either give up the money, lose the buyer, or go back on the market with a home that now has a stigma attached to it. This happens to California sellers every single week. And the worst part, it's almost entirely preventable with one decision you can make before you ever list your home. Hi, my name is Rima Rafeh with the Rafeh Group with eXp Realty here in the Santa Clarita Valley, Los Angeles area. And today, I'm going to break down one of the most overlooked strategies selling a home, the pre-listing inspection. What it is, what makes sense, and when it does not, and how it can protect you from losing tens of thousands of dollars in a negotiation you were not expecting. A pre-listing inspection. A pre-listing inspection is simple. Before you put your home on the market, you hire a licensed home inspector to do a full inspection on your property. The same inspection a buyer would order during escrow. You get a full report of foundation, roofing, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, water heater, windows, drainage, everything. And now you know exactly what a buyer is going to find before they find it. That knowledge is power, because in real estate, surprises during almost always cost the seller money. Why most sellers skip it? Most sellers skip this step for one of three reasons. First, they think it's unnecessary expense. A pre-listing inspection costs between $300,000 to $600,000 depending on the size of the home. And compared to what you are about to spend on staging, photography, and marketing, that number is nothing. Second, they are afraid of what they might find. They think if they do not know about it, I don't have to disclose it. And that is wrong. In California, sellers have the legal obligation to disclose known facts and materials defects. But more importantly, the buyer is going to find out anyways. The question is not whether the issue gets discovered. The question is who controls the narrative when it does. Third, their agent. Their agent did not suggest it, and that is missed opportunity. And here's the strategic advantage. When you do a pre-listing inspection, three things can happen that shift the entire transaction in your favor. Number one, you get to fix the problems in your own terms. If the inspection finds a plumbing issue, you can get 3 quotes and fix it before listing it. You can control the timeline and you can control the cost. And you can control the contractor. When a buyer finds it mid-escrow, they inflate the cost and ask for double what the repair actually cost, and they use it as leverage to negotiate everything. Number two, you can price more accurately. When you know the true condition of your home, you can price with confidence. No guessing, no hoping. You are pricing based on reality, and that protects you from overpricing or underpricing. And number three, you build instant buyer confidence. When you provide a pre-listing inspection report up front, buyers feel safer. They feel you have nothing to hide, and that confidence leads to stronger offers with fewer contingency games. Pre-listing inspections are not for every situation. Let me tell you when they make the most sense. If your home is older than 15 years old, systems age, things wear out. Buyers know this, and they will scrutinize an older home harder than a newer one. And a pre-listing inspection gets ahead of that scrutiny. If you have done do-it-yourself work on the home, unpermitted additions, self-installed electrical, converted garages, these are red flags buyers look for. Knowing what's there before listing lets you decide how to handle it strategically. If you want the cleanest, fastest escrow possible, pre-inspected homes statistically have shorter escrow periods and fewer negotiation requests. That means less risk and faster close. If you are selling in a competitive price range where multiple offers are likely, a pre-inspection report can be the thing that tips a buyer from a contingent offer to a clean offer with no inspection contingency. And that is worth far more than $300 to $600 you spent. Now let's be fair. These are situations where a pre-listing inspection may not be necessary. If your home is brand new construction or less than 5 years old and you have had no major issues, the risk of surprise finding is low. If you are selling as is and pricing below markets, specifically to account for condition, a pre-listing inspection may not change your strategy. But even in those cases, I still lean toward doing it because the information protects you. Knowledge never hurts a seller. Surprises always do. Let's talk about the cost of not doing it. So let me put this in perspective. You spend $300 to $600 on a pre-listing inspection. You discover a roof issue that would cost $8,000 to fix. You get it repaired before listing. You price your home with confidence. Buyers see a well-maintained home with a clean inspection report. You sell faster and stronger. Now reverse that. If you skip the inspection, you list, a buyer finds the roof issue on day 14 of escrow. They ask for $15,000 off the price. You negotiate it down to $10,000. You have now lost over $9,000 because you did not spend $400. And that does not include the emotional toll, the loss of time, and the risk of the buyer walking away, and the stigma of going back on the market. If you're thinking about selling your home in Santa Clarita Valley or Los Angeles area and you want to know whether a pre-listing inspection makes sense for your specific property, reach out to me. I'll walk you through based on what your home and your timeline and your goals. My name is Rima Rafeh with the Rafeh Group. If you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.